Why am I still getting hate?
Hey, what's up guys, it's Scares here, and so from now on, I am going to report the news. Let's go inside the stories!
Expose, 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 expose. You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Expose, 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 expose. You are exposed, sir. I'm gonna expose you. Expose you. Oh my god, expose you. Expose, 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 expose. It's time for some exposure. Some exposure. Some exposure. Expose. Expose myself to you. To you. To you. E-X-P-O-S-E. Expose. 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 Exposed. Exposed.
Tremendous cucumber. I'm the only one. I like cucumbers.
Hashtag drama alert. There's news to expose. Hashtag breaking. SS Sniper Wolf has a vagina. More on that at 11. Vagina. Hey guys, this is Scarce here. Lots of news today. Lots of exposure. And double upload. Expose. 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 You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Expose, 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 expose. You are exposed, sir. I'm going to expose you. Expose you. Oh my god, expose you.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I am completely pissed. I was gonna write a script for this video. Why am I still getting hate?
Hey, what's up guys, it's Scares here, and so from now on, I am going to report the news. Let's go inside the stories!
Expose, 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 expose. You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Expose, 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 expose. You are exposed, sir. I'm going to expose you. Expose you. Oh my god,
I'm the most climatic man ever. What the fuck are you talking about?
Expose, 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 expose.
I'm a man. Wait, I'm a man who climaxes. Wait a second. Wait a second. Hold on here. I need to reword that. Anyway, how is everyone this evening? Oh crap, I don't have the chat up on the screen. Oops. Let me get the URL code. I wish there was a simpler way to do this, but of course there is not. It's not hard, but it's just, I wish they would just have it so it's one URL so I could just use it every night and not have to update it every single night, but there's worse things in life. Hello, everybody. How are you? I see we have some super chat. Hey, it actually showed me the first super chats, which 99% of the time it doesn't. Please give Carlos my love. I finished the fart drum beat. How can I send it to you? Go send it to rich@reviewtechusa.com. I tried to answer. I hate fucking Discord. I can't stand Discord. I don't understand. It's not even good for video calls anymore. Everyone's starting to use Zoom for that, even with like YouTube interviews or other software. It's so unfucking intuitive. And I'll be like, oh, I want to answer that person that's in my group saying something. Tap on it. It's gone. It's gone. Like, and I try to look through everything and nothing. Like, what happens? Where does it go? At best, maybe I could dig and find it. And why am I... These headphones, by the way, are not cheap. I bought them with gift cards that I got for my birthday. Happy birthday to me. The Sony, I'll get the model number in a second. Oh, they are as good as people say. I was like, how fucking good? Still not going to lie, though. As much as they're good, these almost sound just as good. But they're not Bluetooth. Anyway. So send it to rich@reviewtechusa.com. Got to see my girlfriend for the first time in a year and a half, and boy, got himself some hole. I would hope so. Year and a half. Wings has lost his Twitch partnership. Why? I hope it isn't because of fucking trolls. All right. Yes. Thank you, Wyatt. Thank you, Grammar Police. Boycotting Activision. Do you agree? I'm mixed. I don't know. I got to think about it more. Well, Bluetooth, I know you don't get the same fidelities you would through like a high-end DAC that you plug right into. Like, that was the big thing when LG was still making phones with their high-end phones. They would have a high, like a 24-bit 96 kilohertz DAC in there. What's up, Google Fish? And, but I don't care. My ex-girlfriend always wanted to do it when she was on her period. That was the main reason I broke up with her. Well, that's quite strange. Not as strange as when I literally hung out with a woman once when I was like 20. We were in a play together, and the first time she wanted me to explore her hole while she was on the period without a condom. No. Apparently, EDB posted a new video saying his haters are just jealous. Not 100% sure how true it is. It sounds like something. It does sound like something. Oh, you sent me a clip of Jeffrey's beat. Let's see. I know you're pro-vax me, but how do you feel about what France is doing with prison time? I didn't hear about that. I have no idea what's going on. Here you go, Rich. All right, here we go. I actually got it. Let's see.
Spread your cheeks, go to town.
He got the spread your cheeks, too. We'll have to, hold on. I'll do this better. I gotta, we'll listen to this a better way. Why am I doing it that way? You sent it to me via email. Let me, which fear do you like? I like them all. Hate to say it, I think I'm liking Fear 3. When I go back and play it now, I used to think it used to be the first one was obviously the best. That still holds. And then the second one, and then the third. Now going back, I'm like, I kind of like Fear 3 better than Fear 2. Just saying. I hear it's actually, I've never played it that way, but I hear it's a blast to play like co-op or one person's Paxton Fettel in the. I've never played it that way, to be quite honest with you, but I hear that's like. All right, so let's get that beat going here. Now, does anyone know why Wings lost his partnership? That's awful. Fart drum beat. Here we go. Oh, I got other beats I got to play for you, too. Here we go. Can you guys hear it? Yeah, you could hear it. I see it on the meter. Dead Space. I almost beat the second one. The first one I beat.
Go to town. Spread your cheeks and just go to town.
What did you make this in?
Spread your cheeks and just go to
Dead
town.
Space 2. I love how you got Stanley Kendall in here.
Spread your cheeks and go to town.
You're getting Grandpa excited.
Spread your cheeks and just go to town.
It sounds like someone's getting kicked in King of Fighters. Oh, you're doing... Can't believe you put Stanley Kendall in. Oh my god, that's so good. That is better than I expected, to be quite... Alright, we'll stop it now, but Jesus. That was fucking awesome, man. I'll have to use that as the intro a couple times. Like when I'm starting the stream. Oh, man. So, he has no idea why he lost it, huh? I hope it isn't because of trolls. I don't know, maybe he did something that... at least... YouTube, although I just made a video saying how friggin' flawed YouTube is today, which did astonishingly well. I thought no one was going to care. Whenever I post a video complaining about YouTube, it gets like 10,000 views. But I guess people are annoyed, and I guess people are feeling what I was talking about today. And it's not that a lot of people are like, you're just realizing this now. I'm like, that was Jeffrey Tucker who made that. So that was some good shit. Oh, we're going to listen to some beats from a friend of mine who's actually a rapper and a producer later on today. Let me actually let him know I'm going to shout him out tonight. Play your stuff tonight. I'll send him a link. Where is it? Where is it? My Spotify. Oh, wow. He has his whole shit here, huh? He has a whole album. Motherfucker. I didn't even realize this. This is a guy I've known for like 16 years. His name is Pages. I've actually co-produced stuff with him before, too. So Intro Guy is doing well. He's just out in California. I mean, I talk to him all the time. We still send farts to each other. It's basically like he lives here. Like, it's not like... I mean, we had our own lives, man. He had a job. Well, there was a long time he was off due to COVID, but he had a job. He was doing his own thing. I was always doing stuff with my kids or Review Tech USA, and even when he was, like, in the same house as me, we would just, like, go through Facebook Messenger and send each other farts. So it's like nothing has changed. And he sends me videos of kitty titties or Mrs. Buttergirth. So how do you feel about G4? I don't think it's going to work, man. I like it. I thought Adam Sessler's review. I watched his review of Returnal. I think the talent is there. The market has moved on to other things. Which makes it strangely ironic is that people move on to YouTube, but YouTube's trying to be more like the mainstream because that's what the advertisers want. And it's like there's this... I don't know how it's going to end. Eventually, something's going to have to get figured out, and whether it's in favor of the creators or in favor of the corporations, and you know usually how that ends. But we'll see. But here's the thing, though, is that the corporations need the creators to create products so they could slap ads on so they can make money. So... And if you just kind of give the same homogenized bullshit that you get on CBS and NBC, people are just going to stop watching. I don't know. It's going to be... That's why I made that video today, man. And it must have hit a chord, because that's why I think the viewership is where it is. You know what I mean? You think Adam Sessler could make it independently? I don't know. I don't know if he doesn't seem to handle the negativity on the internet very well. I don't know. But neither did I until almost recently. So I started getting my shit together and stopped feeding trolls in 2018. But yeah, it's, you know, there was a time before YouTube, back in like 03 and 2004. YouTube started in 2005. That's my story. There was a time where that's where you got that. Like, if you wanted to know about gaming, or if you wanted to hear someone's take on gaming or technology, you had to watch something like G4 or some other kind of show that was dedicated to it, or you had to go to a website like IGN that was just dedicated to video games, you know, or tech. Now you don't need that anymore. You have literally, I mean, not that I'm necessarily a fan of it. I think that's also part of the reason YouTube is flawed, because they have no competition and there's no rush to fix anything. But just go on the internet and get user-generated, whatever it be, Twitch for live streams, YouTube for live streams, or user-generated content. It's what you do. You know, you don't have to go to all these different sites. You don't have to watch all these different TV shows or go to like regular TV. Those days are gone. And it sucks, because there was immense talent on there, like Kevin Rose. I mean, he's a multimillionaire. He did okay. With other investments that he did. There was Kevin Rose, there was Leo Laporte, Kevin Pereira, Adam Sessler, Morgan Webb. They're all tremendously talented people, without question. It's just the market has moved on, and there's a different demand out there, you know. Carlos has an OnlyFans. Yeah, he's showing his bird porcelain holes on OnlyFans. So I don't know, man. It's interesting. I loved Rev 3 Games. That to me was like a spiritual successor in a way, even though G4 is back now. But at the time when we didn't think G4 was coming back, that was like a spiritual successor, to G4. That didn't work out either. It's just weird. I don't know. We've moved on to a different time. There's different demands, and people aren't looking for the same things, you know? So yes, these are the Sony whatever the fuck they're called. Let me get that up on Amazon. I can't sit here and talk about a product and not know the model number of it. It's kind of ridiculous. Now, you would think I sometimes review tech or something like that. Really? You're going to make me sign in? Why don't you just keep me signed? I said keep me signed in last time. This time I forgot. All right. These are the Sony WH-1000 XM4. I love how they have to have wireless industry-leading noise canceling. Yeah, they're really good. These are not fucking cheap, though. They are... I had $150 worth of gift cards. That's why I even thought about getting them. They are... $350, but are they worth every fucking penny? Oh dear God! Not only does one of my biggest beefs with the I had a bunch of good Bluetooth headphones. Like, I think for earbuds, that's why I have them as a sponsor. I think the Raycons for the earbuds are great, but I needed something where if I was in a very loud setting, I needed noise canceling. Raycons don't have that. So, I wanted something where also if I know these aren't monitors, but if I produced music, I already had them open. Good thing I realized that. Why are these not opening? What am I missing here? Okay. We're getting there. These are the case in this. You'll have to try a couple times before you realize how you have to put these in. It was definitely Sony was going to be like, damn it, we're making an oval case for these, even if it makes it slightly confusing to put them in. So like the first or second try, you're going to have to do a couple trial and errors to get them in there. But the sound quality on these are unreal. The noise cancellation is the best I've ever heard. I've never heard better noise canceling than this. Like, it almost makes you, and I saw some people complain about this, even though they're dumbasses and don't realize you could actually mitigate how much noise canceling you use. You could completely shut it off, or there's like a whole bunch of different settings in between. So if it's too much, you can lower it and not have it noise cancel as much. But like literally you put the headphones on and it's just nothing. Like, I'll try it right now, and we can't hear it obviously. Let me answer. Rich, G4, did you what the Tucker Carlson? I didn't see it. No. It's probably a stupid take that it would probably make me rage, but no, I didn't. Rich, G4 is too little too late. I totally agree. Already tons of YouTube shows that G4 did back in the day and more. G4 is now just doing stuff other channels are doing, which makes them coming back point. Yes. It's kind of like, I know people are going to get pissed off at me. It's like the Intellivision Amico of a YouTube channel. Like they're looking to sell on nostalgia, but when you go beyond that, it's just, what's really the point? And again, the talent is there. Like, I could see Adam Sessler starting his own channel and blowing up. I could see Morgan Webb start. I know they've been on YouTube, but like not like really dedicated to it. It could blow up. Kevin Pereira, same thing. I know that Olivia Munn, she's a Hollywood actress, an A-list Hollywood actress. She doesn't really give a shit. But yes, I was a fan of Duke Nukem 3D. I actually have the remade version. It's still the original, but it's on Switch. I have it on the Switch. John? Rich, can I drop some Steam keys in the chat? Yes, you can. You can drop some Steam keys. Wait, for what? Pause. For what? Queen Zelda, thank you for becoming a member. For what? I feel the need to inform you I had a dream last night where you were playing an RPG with Alex Jones as the main villain. No. Are you serious? I hope you're serious. I hope you're serious. Dude, just all I could tell you about the person that you said that you're saying, Frankie, unless you're like part of the like 2-person entourage that he has, and that's why you're saying it. I don't know. I don't know you. I think you're a fairly regular viewer. I don't think you're in any troll groups. Just don't. The most powerful tool I've ever had is ignoring the motherfuckers. That's the best thing you can do. I've said this to Camelot. I mean, he had to deal with some more serious shit recently, so I don't blame him for having to do something about it. But you just have to ignore. Because trying to shut him down is like trying to shut down. It's like whack-a-mole. You got to realize these people have no fucking life. None. Zero. So they are dedicated. Their dedication is to you trying to destroy another person that has no bearing on their life. So like there's having zero life, and then they're like in the negatives, if that's even possible. Like there's people that are dead and buried that have more to do than them. Okay? So trying to shut them down, trying to shut down their 6,000 fucking social media accounts. You could get all 6,000 shut down. Congratulations. You know what's going to happen? They're going to make 12,000 more. And then if you're somehow you try to get those 12,000 shut down, they're going to make 24,000 more, because these people have nothing fucking better to do. So until the laws change, and I'm not talking about, look, you want to make 5,000 fucking troll accounts and call me a fat shit with the 5. I don't give a fuck. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about hurt feelings. I'm not look, you're going to get your feelings hurt on the internet. Who gives a shit? I'm talking about when people are doxing people or putting up personal information or putting up pictures of fucking Cody's wife, ex-wife, I mean to say. fuck you. And you think that that's okay? You fucking loser, degenerate piece of shit weirdo. It's what happens when you're beyond 30 now, and you're fucking sexually frustrated. That's what happens. And I'm sure that this said person probably can use a whole bunch of psychiatric inpatient evaluation, would probably help them too. But anyway, point being, let me get back on track here, is that oh, yeah, dude, no. That's what I'm talking about. That's the next level shit, bro. Camelot, I'm with you on that one. You got, that's the thing, too. You got to, that just shows you how they're bad people, Cody. Fine, you don't like me. That's cool. Don't like me. You want to bother me, but no, why are you going after? That just makes you a coward. You're not a tough guy. You hiding behind a computer, harassing people that aren't even on the internet, that have nothing to do with what you don't like what I'm saying. You think I'm a fucking CIA operative. I've literally had people say that to me before, and I'm not exaggerating. Because I lean more to the left, and I'm pro-vax and pro-mask and all this shit. Come at me. It's all good. You got problems with me, bro. Come at me. But you're starting to involve family and aunts and uncles, and then their significant others who definitely you have negative to do with me, and calling up their fucking businesses. The fuck is wrong with you, you fucking coward piece of shit, garbage fucking reject? All of them. If you think that's okay. Now, look, man, shout out to Review China. He's a cool dude and he's reformed. And he doesn't always agree with me, but we agree to disagree sometimes. But he realized that I'm not the same motherfucker that I was, where I was talking about, where I'd make videos responding to what every fucking troll said. That was stupid. I would never do that shit again. But when you start going next level like that, something got to be done. And here's the problem, is that the international laws suck dick. As soon as dude, look at Sweet Anita. There was that fucking guy chasing after her literally with a knife, sleeping in her front fucking lawn. And the UK is supposed to have tougher social media laws, and they still didn't do anything. Knife, following her, jail. Why is there even a fucking debate about it? But this is where we are, man. And it's not just the U.S. government, it's governments throughout the world that they move at a snail's pace because they really don't care. Most people that get into office, whether it be the U.S., U.K., Europe, doesn't matter. They're looking for power. They don't actually care about the people that they represent. Until it affects them, they don't give a fuck. Leave your headphones on the desk, then go to the Steam Deck and fart. Then we will truly understand Soundcast. Make my fart ass. Here are two farts. Whoa! Did I hit it twice? I'll hit it again. I need to hear the sounds. Here we go. Whoa! There. I feel better. I emailed you a straight up Stan trying to talk about content creation to you. Email me, brother. Okay, I'll check. I mean, dude, you have to understand. I get emails all the time, and they get fucking buried. They'll do anything to try any sort of power over you. Yeah, dude, it's. And the thing and this is the reason why you have to ignore them. And if shit starts getting real, you got to do shit behind the scenes and not do pearl clutching about it, is because that's exactly what they want. A lot of these people are just sad, lonely, mentally unstable people that are looking for attention. They're lost souls, and having some kind of spotlight on them is like an adrenaline rush that gets them through their day. I don't like you. I don't want to make your day better if you're literally putting up my address and stalking me. I don't want any of that for you. I don't wish you well. I don't wish you harm either, but I don't wish you well. I don't want to make you happy. So I'm just going to fucking ignore you and let you be the irrelevant piece of fucking shit that you truly are and that you know you are. Anyway. Here, Rich, he just scared me a bit, to be honest. Yeah, dude, he's fucking crazy. But the thing is, he's a coward. Said person. He's been doing this shit on and off to me for 6 years. He won't. He's just a giant shell of a human being. That's all he is. You could put up whatever fucking videos you want, man. I just ignore him. You sent the second super chat, John. Sorry. Fidelio, thank you very much, man. I think your thumb up for what I was talking about. John, what did I miss here, bro? How did I miss? It's not like we had a huge amount of them. If only Duke Nukem kicked bubblegum and shoot ass and write all out of ass. Dude, it's actually a good port on the Switch, too. It's a good port. My screen is blinking again. Oh, God. I went on a quest. What I was actually going to use, speaking of gift cards, before I just said, hey, I'm buying something that I just want to enjoy myself. I was trying to look for a high refresh rate portable monitor. Those exist. They're fairly easy to find. But one that supports high refresh rate through the HDMI input, they don't exist. I can't find one. I thought I had one from Asus. It was like a dope-ass monitor. I missed you. How the fuck am I missing all these super chats already? I'm a troll, Rich, but I still give you money because I need Review Tech USA. You're not that bad. Dude, I know you. I know your name. You ain't that bad. Again, I don't consider calling me a fat, ugly asshole a troll. Maybe that's why. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, so sorry, John. Sorry, Zane. Always been curious. How do you decide whether or not to accept a video sponsorship? Well, with review products, I am very, very behind with review products right now. I have to review the ZTE Axon phone. I got to review a little computer. I have to have, like, okay, would this be something that would interest me to watch a video on? Or whether it's, same with a sponsor, too. Like, I use ExpressVPN. Ah, shit, I forgot to turn it fucking on tonight as I say that. Shit. Usually I do turn it on. I probably shouldn't have announced that either. That was fucking stupid. But I use ExpressVPN. I use, like, I'm not going to walk around when I go for my walks and wear $400 pair of headphones. That would be batshit insane. So I use the Ray. And the Raycons do block out a decent amount of noise. And they do get loud enough for doing stuff like that. Like, I use if it's something I'm not going to use, like, I might, can't name a name, obviously, until everything, I might be getting a coffee sponsor. I drink coffee on these streams. I drink coffee. If I like the coffee, why would I not, the fuck would I? It's like, here, we want to give you money for something that you like and would drink anyway. No, please don't. But why? So that's how you do it, man. If it's something that you won't ever fucking use, VPN Express. If it's something that, like, you won't fucking use, you know, like the Mac Weldon pants. I'm wearing a different pair. Hey, I have new clothes on today, and I'm groomed. I'm groomed. You know what I mean? Like, I use it. I like my steak medium or medium rare. Everyone, like, I know, like, some places, like, I'm afraid, like, not that I'm afraid. I'll eat a rare steak. I don't give a fuck. It's just not how I prefer it, but it's tough, though, because there's sometimes where it's medium rare and it's too on the rare side. But if you get it medium, they, like, make it, like, medium well. So I wish there was, like, an in-between of medium and medium rare, and it would be perfect. Wings of Redemption came back to YouTube. You lost his Twitch partnership. You should help out your old pal Jordy. Mustang won't pay for itself. I'll see if he wants to come on the stream, man. Maybe you could talk about it, find out what the fuck's going on. You know. There are some people, Joseph Morales, all kidding aside, Higgs Mohanigan, thank you very much. There are some people that I know that like their steaks. It's called black and blue, where it's basically like, just pretend my hand is a piece, like a piece of steak, and it's just like, all right, it has a little char on the outside. It's still pulsating. Let's go. That could sound. Oh, you get my point. It's like, it's just like, eat. Not really a fan of that. I don't like when you know, it's kind of like when you get they show them making sushi, I believe, in South Korea, and the shit's still like flopping on your plate. I'm open-minded to food, but when the food is still like almost alive, I can't fuck with that. Rich is a beautiful, bold, smooth baby from the warm womb of Gia, who is prevented with all the nature's farts and pecks. Help wings, bro. Yeah, I'll have him on. And we'll talk about it. I don't know what I could do. I can't even get out. My fucking two-factor authentication is from a dead number. So I have to like do some manual shit, in which I have, with all the other stuff I have going on, I have zero ambition to do, because I don't see myself ever going back to Twitch at least anytime soon, because I just think I would get shut the fuck off the platform if I went back. So I get shirtless and I say really nasty, vile things, and I'm not sorry for what I say most of the time. So I got several Duke 3D copies on the OG vanilla version. I actually had the Mac version of that, John. Atomic version and the 20th anniversary. I also had the Duke 64 mod and high resolution texture pack loaded into eDuke 32. That I don't know anything about, but I had the Mac version of the vanilla, the original version. And it was a Motorola Macintosh too. That's when Apple, before Steve Jobs came back and was allowing clones. What a weird, I wish I still had that. That would probably be a huge video too, because people love that shit. A Mac clone like that, but we got rid of it so long ago. I remember going to AOL on that Mac clone. You've got mail. I'm not a fan of well-done steak, but you can make a well-done steak right. There's a difference between a well-done steak and a steak that's burnt to shit. Like a steak that's burnt to shit, like just chew on the end of an eraser and put some Lee and Perrins on it. Like a pencil. Chew on the eraser and just chomp. Just,
Spread your cheeks and just go to town.
Ooh, man, I missed a whole bunch. I get the feeling Twitch is silently getting rid of people who carry negative baggage. DSP was removed and now wings. And they probably aren't profitable enough for them to care. I mean, shit. They just dumped Dr. Disrespect, who was one of, if not the at the time, but I think maybe someone was bigger, but not by much. He was one of their top streamers. They'll dump his ass. Who the fuck is Wings and DSP, or who would be me? You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck am I? I mean to say, we use proper English here. Who the fuck am I? So it's like, all right, this guy, we have to constantly deal with these trolls inundating us with reports. They're not really making us a good chunk of ad revenue. They're not really getting enough bits to deal with it. We're spending too much on man hours babysitting their channels. And here we are. That's Texas ware. Wipe its ass, drag it across the grill, and put it on a plate. It's called up here. I think it's in other places too. Black and blue. Like it's literally like cool on the inside. Actually, rare is a cool red center. It's cool on the inside, or let's say cold, and it's just like outside. It's like, all right, just put some blue cheese on it. It'll be good. I remember I used to work at a restaurant, and yeah, that's how real men eat it. I'm like, yeah, I'm not a real man. Like, I'm all about like medium rare. I don't want my steak well done or even medium well. But nah, I don't want it. I don't want it to taste like I just got a kill out in the safari, or I went to someone's farm and just bit a bull's ass. The video is of Tucker in a Montana sporting goods store getting called the worst human being and POS to his face. Yeah, it's fairly accurate. I want to see it. I'll watch it later. Well done steak is like eating a tire. Again, I would never order a steak well done. But say I got one because I was at like a fucking barbecue. If it's like, again, there's a difference between well done and burnt to a crisp. Like when it's burnt to a crisp, it's like dry, and it's like flavorless beef jerky is the best way when a steak is over well done. But a well done steak, if it's just like it's like if it was an extra, if they took a second off of it being on the grill, would have been medium well, but that extra second made it well, it could still be juicy, just like me. I'm Juicy. Why is there only brand of flavored joint rolling papers, Juicy J's, but a ton of flavored cigar blunt wrap papers? Well, that's why, I don't know, but I know that's why a lot of people will hollow out blunts and put it in there, but you're not really supposed to inhale what's in these cigar papers. It's not really good for you. I'll stick to my edibles because I'm a man. My first computer was an E-machine. Ah, E-machines. Those were the computers that, hey, because at the time, like, even getting a basic desktop was like $2,000+. But what you would do, how E-machine got a computer in your house and made it more affordable, like, oh, wow, I could get this Celeron machine from Dell for close to $2,000. I don't know exactly what specs it, but they were super fucking expensive. Or I could get this E-machine for $500, which the specs are kind of sort of the same, but I just have to sign up for a year or 2 years of 2 years, I think it was, of like AOL. So they had you in a chokehold for 2 years. But there, I guess what people thought of, I was going to sign up for AOL anyway, so I get a computer with it. There was a time, remember Dreamcast towards the end? They wanted you to sign, like, hey, if you sign up for SegaNet, you'll get a free Dreamcast. That sucks. That didn't work. I'm not even, that's not me saying it, that Dreamcast was such a fucking good system. God damn it. Fucking Sega, because you fucked up so much, no one trusted you towards the end. That's the problem. My comedy made me fall off a rock wall again. I don't want to kill you, dude. Stop. eDuke 32 is the launcher that loads mods for the game. Do they have like a brutal Duke Nukem, John? That I would be into. There's like a brutal Duke Nukem, like there's a brutal Doom. And not so. I love that I as long as you don't get hurt, I love that you enjoy my comedy. That would be fucking awesome. A brutal Duke. Hail to the king, baby. France is giving prison time for people who fail to provide vaccination papers at restaurants. If that is accurate, I could see them not allowing them in the restaurant. Fine. Jail time though? Ooh. I mean, I get it. People are being fucking ridiculous, but as a person who is pro-vax and pro-mask, if that's accurate, that's pushing it. I don't know how I feel about that. That's a little too much. A little too much. I could see you saying, hey, you're not allowed to come in. Now, I know the argument that the French government would be, if what you said is accurate, is that people don't listen, they fight, stored. I hear you. But we can't go to papers, please. I don't know how I feel about that. Rich, do you think there'll be any major issue with gaming on the Steam Deck being a Linux-based operating system, even with Steam's optimization? I know there's a lot of games that work on Steam OS. Rich, you lose a lot of weight. You must have not seen me in a while because I've been plateaued for a while. But yes, I've lost well over 100 pounds. My weight's fluctuated a little bit, but it's not like a huge amount. No pun intended. It's not like I went back up. I'll never be the fucking weight I was again. Yeah, I've lost quite a bit. Daddy got my second Pfizer shot, got sore arms. So you'll feel it a little bit tomorrow. But actually, like I said, my parents both, and my dad has diabetes, so technically he's immune compromised. Both of them got the 2-dose, I believe, Moderna or Pfizer, whatever the 2-dose one was. Both of them didn't have side effects. Both my parents. So everyone's different. So congratulations on getting the shot. I'm glad you got the shot. There was someone who, with my tirade I went on the other day, which made it worth it, that one person alone, in my opinion, made it worth it. You're like, you know what, man? I went out and got my shot because of what you said in that stream. That's the kind of shit I love hearing that, man. You like your steak in the microwave? I am so sorry. Really? It tastes gamey. Even if it's like, say you want to just warm it up a little more, like say it's like a little too medium rare for you want to make it medium. No, you put that shit back on the grill, son. My first keyboard was a Web TV. Oh, I remember when Microsoft was pushing the shit out of that, man. Web TV. In Dr. Steve Brule's voice. I was, like, it's a little pink. It's a little pink. Put some A1 and it's best. It's delicious. For your health. I could probably have done better than that, but I had Gateway, the calc. Yeah, I remember my friend Nick. That's when, like, those were when you got either a Dell built for you or a Gateway built for you. That's like saying, oh, so I'm getting a Rolls Royce in my house. That's how it was. That's how it was seen, because it was like you got them built to order. They were expensive as fuck. They weighed as much probably as this desk with everything on it. That's exaggerating somewhat, but they weren't light because it was like steel outside. Like, it was an experience. Like, and you would call to make the order. Like I said, they made them for you, but you would call them up and I want, a Pentium 2 450 megahertz processor with 16 megabytes of RAM, and I'll take that AGP 8X or 4X graphics card, and I'll take that 40 gig. No, not even back then. Like, if you had a 20 gigabyte hard drive, you were balling. Yeah, and that's the thing. It was kind of like a flex because they were expensive, they were custom built, but that was a different era, man. Now when everything went over to China, all that shit stopped. They stopped making it. Those were made in the US too. But, Advanced Graphics I think, what did the P stand for? I forgot, but whatever. Yeah, that was a big deal because it was like basically a direct data pipeline to the processor. Before we went to PCI Express, like that was, you got your AGP. I believe they went up to 8X graphics cards. I believe. Brutal Duke exists, and I got to try it then. I think or maybe GG Man Lives did a video on it. Maybe I already saw that there was, and I just never got around to trying it. Not prying it like this.
Spread your cheeks and just go to town.
I'm safe. Send my love to Carlos. He's a good-looking bird, and he's right here. Handsome bird, even. Hey, baby, show Bob's and vagine. I don't have a vagine. I have a small penis that some may mistake for a vagine, but I don't have a vagine. Oh, that's some good shit. So, yeah, man, that would be pretty exciting to get a coffee sponsorship. Because I'm always having beverages, whether I have a cup of coffee, whether I have seltzer. Seltzer would be awesome too. And I could have both because it's two different kinds. Like, you don't drink coffee for the same, maybe you do, but generally you don't drink coffee for the same reason you drink a seltzer. So I could have a seltzer sponsorship and a coffee sponsorship, and I will be A-okay with that. Yes, I have a masculine clitoris. That ruined my joke. Have you tried Project Brutality? It's like Brutal Doom. Also, there are many brutal mods out there, like Brutal Half-Life. Yes! I heard of Brutal Half-Life mod too. I want to try that because that was always my biggest beef. I like the atmosphere of Half-Life 2. But I thought the gunplay, even for its time, wasn't great. I know, like, people were blown away by it back. Oh my god, ragdoll physics. Realistic corpses. But yeah. It just, I don't know. Like, I felt they could have done more with the gunplay. So I think that would solve my biggest issue. Can I say a fucking sentence without burping? That would solve my biggest issue of Half-Life 2. And I remember that G-Man Lives had a video on it, and he liked it. So I'm going to go try it. Ever seen any of the old Wilkins coffee commercials? They're hilariously... I have not. Wilkins coffee. That sounds like something from, like, the 50s. Brutal Doom. I'm surprised that Bethesda didn't try... Or id, which is under Bethesda... didn't try to pick up Brutal Doom. It's so, I mean, it's not perfect, but it's really polished and would not need that much work, and it would sell like crazy. And it's actually plays pretty good with gamepad. Like, I tried it on the Aya Neo Brutal Doom. It runs pretty fucking good, man. It runs pretty good with using a controller. So I could see people would eat that up like on the Switch, on the PS5, PS4. Brutal Doom, man. It's great. Like, they're just missing out on money. I mean, obviously on PC you could just mod it for free, but you know, on the console it's a different story. Rich, love this show, man. It gets me so pumped. Just gotta break this lamp. I think I know what I gotta do. I'm gonna try it. I'm an owner of an original STI NVIDIA Riva 128, their flagship 3D accelerator against Voodoo 3D and S3 at the time. God, there was a time when Voodoo cards, man, they were top dog. It's so weird how that just fell apart. Like, they were like, I remember, and this is before, I mean, I PC gamed, but I didn't really know much about graphics cards. Like, I was playing Quake at the time and shit like that, but I didn't understand and look into the benefits of graphics cards at the time, and I was just using software for the acceleration, which was brutal, no pun intended. And they had, I remember going to like EB Games. This is before they became GameStops in the States, and I saw like a Voodoo. I'm like, what the fuck? They're like, make games. Like, they had the cheesy 90s box art, just insert corny one-liners here. And I'm like, what the fuck? What would you need that for? Now looking back, I wish I had it, because I remember I had a 60 megahertz Pentium that we actually upgraded with an AMD chip, because that's how things were weird back then. You in the same socket too, and I remember thinking, oh, it's gonna have double the clock speed, so Quake will run smooth. Nope, did not run smooth. Smooth Brain Rich, if he knew more about Voodoo cards back then, would have put a Voodoo card in there and it would have been running a whole lot better. Hi, Rich. Keep up the good work. Also, it's amazing how much I look like I could be your clone. I don't know if that's a good thing. You're beautiful. We are beautiful. Yes, we are. Whoa! Doctor disrespects PC as a beast worth about 10,000. I heard him talking about that one time, and that's awesome. I'm not really sure what he's doing to utilize it. I mean, I know he has high production values, but my Razer laptop could probably run everything that we do with, especially even what he does with live streams. But hey, you know, I know he got bank, so he could afford it. Wilkins is 60s. The ads, yeah, it sounds like, yeah, were made by Jim Henson, so they're as corny as I think they would be. Hey, Rich, did you see Dreamcast guy video about boycotting Activision Blizzard? He seemed genuinely pissed off about the whole situation. I am so torn on what I want to say about it. I think the behavior is disgusting. I absolutely believe that it happened. I've seen it in other workplaces countless times outside of the gaming industry. That is the toxic corporate culture that just exists. So I 110% believe it's real. But here's the thing. There's a lot of good people that work at that business that will, I mean, they lay off people when they're profitable. Imagine when they're not profitable, what they'll do. So I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know, because I'm not against anyone who wants to. I'm like, yeah, I get why you want to boycott it. I agree with you 100%. But on the flip side, I understand why people are like, yeah, you shouldn't. So I don't know. I'm torn, which I'll probably get canceled for being torn, but that's okay. Hey, Rich. So yes, I show Brutal Doom to people who never played Doom and their minds are blown each time. Best grenades, any FPS ever. I agree. I just don't like the reloading just doesn't. I mean, I guess the argument can be made from a balanced point of view, because some of the guns, I mean, Brutal Doom is hard. There's a whole bunch of different difficulty settings. Brutal Doom, you can make it really fucking hard. But I think that what the argument would be for the reloading, even in a Doom game or an older Doom game, is like, yeah, if you didn't reload, you would just be like an invincible warlord. But just turn up the difficulty then. I don't know. But I agree with you. I think the reloading just feels off color in it. Have you been keeping up with the new possible MacBook 14 and 16 mini LED? No, I haven't. M1X supposedly much more graphically capable per more CPU and GPU cores. Well, you knew that. Now that they see that people have no issue going over to Apple's own silicon, Wyatt may be here and he may be policing me on my grammar. Yeah, they're gonna go balls deep with it. I mean, I'm sure I'm sure the M1X was in development as the M1 was still in development, but you get my point. The only way to protest Activision is with your wallets. I hear you on that, and I agree. Or do like what Jeffrey Tucker's saying. If you don't want to give them money, buy a used copy somewhere. If, like, say you want to play the next Call of Duty, and you don't want to do, like, because when you buy it used, you're not the publisher's not getting money. Maybe that's a way to go about it. I don't know. It's... I may buy my dad the M1 Mac. He's still actually, you know what's funny? He's still using... One of the first things I bought, because I thought I would be editing more mobily. I'm full of shit. I just wanted a laptop, and I did use it for work. But is I bought an Asus laptop, and it had a NVIDIA GeForce GTX 765M in there. That was one of the first... Hey, I'm doing YouTube as a full-time job. Let me buy something. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to probably need a laptop for something. He's still using that. So I think I'm going to... It'll be nice. It'll look nice in the kitchen. And, you know, I mean, he doesn't do that much on the computer, but it's time to retire. That laptop has been... And I actually gave that to my brother for a while. And he used to play, like, Team Fortress and... whatever the fuck else he played on it. Minecraft, I think. So that laptop's been in, like, consistent service since I bought it back in June of 2013. Dreamcast guy ripped his shirt in the video. He was channeling his internal Incredible Hulk. He was angry that his money went to scummy people. So he was showing nipples, huh? He wasn't fucking around, was he? Maybe we'll watch his video later. I don't know. I got an ad for Windows 10 Intel. Please buy a computer with an Intel processor. Isn't it funny that you could find some like 8-core chips cheaper from Intel now than you could find them from AMD? What a world we live in, huh? Hey, Rich, how's your evening going? I worked 9 hours today, by the way. I sent you an article about sexual harassment in United Arab Emirates and how serious they are about it. Do you have the time? I can't read it right now. I will, but actually, I know what I need to do right now. I need to play my dude Page's music. That's why I've been promising him for like a month. So I will put... How do I share this? They got to give me a share option, right? Yes. Copy album link. This is Peter Perfect. And I have produced music with this guy for a minute. We'll listen to some. Here he is on Spotify. That's the link. And tell me if you can hear it. Really? I already have an account. Thank you. Here we go. This stream will probably get copyright claimed.
Hey, since a nigga had recess, motherfucker felt like a grown up. Solo. Mama come and bitch about a curfew. I was still playing around the corner. 7 years old, saw my first porno. Damn, that fucked me up. At 10, I bust my first nut on this older hoe gut. But so what? Let's recap.
Too loud? I can lower it. Oh, wow, it is loud. Holy fuck. I lowered it.
Flat top Carreras and low beach towels. I can't stand you niggas. I'm taking seats now. Putting bars together, it's like a freestyle.
Oh shit.
Custom colorway kicks on my feet now. With Cox Sportif all heat, I'm so chic. I'm half hood, half boardroom, I'm more street.
This is Pages.
My passport is all ink. I'm a tall drink, my weed dank, it all stink. Never a sucker, the coolest motherfucker. The illest shit I muster. You couldn't cut the mustard. Use a buster who still be
Oh, Pages is on point.
all this time, but you haven't grown.
Now it's too low.
The game shady and these
There we go.
So cutthroat. I'm still a goat, never choke on my blunt smoke. All the way up, my nigga, but I was once broke.
How did I know that? I know about United Arab
Like a tugboat. I break bread with my brothers over lunch though. The grooviest, we be the nucleus of fun, yo. Business
Here, I'll put the link again.
Flat on my ass while we fly over vast majorities of the land. There's nothing but blue skies in front of my two eyes. They looking like two pies. My vision is so wide, go high. Cause we coming outside, we so high. Never seen a near another so fly. That's no.
We'll play a couple more.
I done turned into a rolling stone. Got it on my own since my Motorola phone. Drone shit's getting real out here, so I stay on one. I lead, they follow, now watching more come. Kept it Kipsy, my nigga, I had a good run. Took it elsewhere, they found that I'm the hood son. Street niggas surpassed expectations. Moving the fashion where most dudes be hating. You can hate all you want, times is changing.
Yeah, he's on point, man. Like I'm telling you.
Can't get it right like Mayweather playing hangman. Niggas kept it right till we was royalty and made man. Get it from the pavement, made a few arrangements. Everything legal, getting off of the slave shit. Roll with greatness or get left behind. Only surround myself with other motherfuckers on their grind.
All right, so we'll go to a couple more. Yeah, this is. I told you, like I listened to this shit first.
Smoking Amsterdam in a French cigar. They can't see me through the tents in the back of the car. Sometimes the city street lights could drown out the stars like a person.
I think that's 3/4 the measure.
Rich Porter soul and a lyricist. Spit like Donald Goins. You can picture all the characters. Smoke till my lungs hurt. You ain't never done dirt. My knuckles are filthy. Hear me, nigga? I've done dirt, but it's nothing to brag about. It's regular shit. Boss talk is speech from you, the head of the clique. How soon they forget? Rolling up top speed, cruising the Taconics. Nigga, you ain't the plug, you a runner, nigga. Barely connected, no respect.
I want to play. That's why I'm skipping the intros because
200,000 miles on a hoopty if you out. None of this with you when you leave, so bury me with some.
That sounds old school.
Hell is free, and I know they got a special spot for me. I rob Peter to pay Paul, my whole LIFE, say la vie, the best. Stop talking that shit like you be on.
There we go.
The first one hopping the fence, you don't really want it. You need a bigger caliber burner if you a earner.
This
Bullets
is like
will
that
burn you. It ain't your
Griselda.
money, it don't concern you. First rule of business, nigga, stay out of mind. Get out of pocket, and many rockets will blow out your spine. About a profit, if it ain't popping, I kindly decline. Streets is watching, your only option, you ride or you die. See? You ain't built
yeah,
for
this is. He's a producer and a rapper. Pages.
You need something heavy that 40 can stop a Chevy. Imagine what it do to a
No,
frail
I haven't.
nigga. You hear me?
We'll hit it off with one more.
From a different cloth. No such thing as
That's like my favorite so far. And there was, I think, the second track I played too. And there's some stuff actually from just Peter Perfect on here. I should play that. We'll do this one.
Started way at the bottom, that's why I'm on the shit I'm on. You know, summertime in Poughkeepsie, my city on fire. If I told you I was sober.
Black kings take a bar, blaze a boardwalk. Either we all ride.
Okay. Yes, this is the shit. This is that Griselda, Benny the Butcher.
We don't kick it with the simpletons. My niggas moving militant. Approach me correctly. Better do your due diligence. No screaming at the screen. Get your addy, get you lean. Cause a scene. Yellow tape around your green.
Come on, man. This is good. This is not.
You're a rapper. I'm a lyricist. You gon' call your homies. I'ma mask up and bury shit. Your man got
this is nuts, man.
You inherited.
So again, and also look up to. Let me see if I can find it. I know Peter. Is he go under Pages or Peter Perfect? No, he goes under Peter Perfect, which is smart because Pages would open up Peter Perfect. There it is. There it is. This is he has. I think he has a single up there. We'll play that too. This is the guy that produced the other stuff you heard.
Extra sauce, super size, call me super fly when I'm scooting by stupid high.
He's in the chat.
In my suit and tie. Yeah,
Well, I sent him the link.
I'm trying to make some beats that are worthy of these writtens. I focus on the mission, cooking up in the kitchen. This crack for you to listen to. I live in a booth for extra whole room for pro tools. My vocals get laid.
And I'll send a link to this too. This is his single, so I'm going to share it with you right now. Copy the album link. I'm going to start. I have to start producing again just because I just need to, because I heard shit now. Like, he's always been good. Always, always, always. I remember there was a guy who had Well Connected. It was a studio. And I used to work with him up there and stuff. Long time ago. Long time ago. And he's still good. He's still got his shit, man. So he's on Spotify. I put the links there. Check him out. One of these days, I'll actually learn the MPC, probably in my second life. I could produce music, but I have no idea how to use an MP. I've just never had the time to learn. So I when I hear this, I think GTA 4, which that's a compliment. Have you ever listened to Mint Jams by Cassiopeia? Some of the smoothest Japanese funk on the. I have not. Probably would want to sample it, though. I probably would want to sample it. There was a song I heard today on the radio, but I was in the car. It for some reason didn't show up on the damn display. I'm like, oh my God, that would be a crazy sample. But I couldn't find it. You must check out freestyler Harry Mack on YouTube. He blew my mind. His Omegle series. Harry Mack. I will copy and paste that. Harry Mack. I know people to this day that still use the OG MPCs. Like, they're like, nah, I still have zip disks. Like, they're still using zip disks with a SCSI connection. And I'm like, why don't you know how to use it? Why don't you? Nah, man, the MPC 2000 XL just has that sound. I'm like, but they're emulating that sound in a different one, and then you could use SD cards, and you could hook it up to the computer. And now they don't want anything to do with it, man. I missed your last 2 super chats, Solid Crusader. Dude, you didn't do the 4 fart 1 laugh. Well, I can't. Whoa! Here. Oh, wow, that's loud. Oh, wow.
Whoa!
Oh, wow.
Whoa!
So, yeah, there's people I know that's the zip disks. I remember I actually was, when I first started producing, this is back in 2003, and it was old equipment then, but I remember my dad's friend Ricky, who he makes music to this day. He actually told me, this is like kind of like on the cusp when computers were starting to get enough computing power where you could do everything in a DAW or a digital audio workstation, but not yet, but it was. And I remember he told me to get an Akai S2000, and it was a rack mount unit. It was a sampler, but it didn't have pads. It was a rack mount unit, kind of like it looked like a CD player, but it had floppy disks, and you had to load the operating system with a floppy disk, and you would take it out and put another disk into samples. Bleeding edge tech, son. But that was and then I never used. He told me, like, oh, you got to get a Mac. The Mac is the platform to produce music on, and then I got all this equipment all at once, and it was just like brain overload. I had no idea even what the fuck. And I remember my friend Adam. I don't even know where the fuck he is right now. He was like, "Yo, dude, just use Acid Pro. It's so much more intuitive." And I remember, and he like sat down. There was a sample I wanted to use. It was pretty awful, but. You know, it was the first thing I ever did. And he like showed me how to chop, and he showed me how to do all the stuff. She's like, dude, just do it in Acid. You could do everything you just did with those like 60 pieces of equipment. I'm not muted. I saw you, Solid Crusader, in like this one piece of software. What are you doing with your life? And then ever since then, I've been using Acid Pro to produce. And now that Acid Pro, you could basically turn even like your keyboard. This thing is dusty. I got to dust it into an MPC. It like totally de-incentivizes me to try the MPC. I want to, but it's all right here. Like, why am I going to use 37 pieces different of software? Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, I wish. You know what I think would really help Acid Pro if they. I don't know why they don't bring it over to Apple. I don't know why they don't bring it over to Mac OS. I've always wondered that. It was weird because it was a company called Sonic Foundry that owned it initially. Then Sonic Foundry was bought by Sony, and then Sony bought the whole suite of like. Acid. It was this company who it was all under Acid Pro. There was Acid Pro. There was SoundForge. There was Vegas Pro. All that different shit. Sony never did. I mean, they updated Vegas, which was the video editing software. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Okay, making sure you can. Really? What do you... Sorry, this is just something important for you tomorrow. Quick reply. All right, why is it saying... All right, not replay, reply. Review, bad grammar. God damn you, Wyatt, now you're fucking me up. Had to leave that... Oh, Mr. Brad Grammar here. Now everything's bad grammar with me. Anyway. But yeah. You know what? Maybe I can. Like, the worst that'll happen, I think, is I'll just get a copyright claim. Maybe I'll actually produce music on streams. I didn't want to risk that. I know it's not a new idea. There's been 1,000 fucking people that have... Probably more, probably 50,000 fucking people have said, yo, Rich, I always heard you talk about making music. Like, why don't you make it live on stream? Like, because I don't want to get a claim on my channel. Like this, I'm not as worried about it. I'll talk to my network first, because if they think it's a bad idea, I may not do it. But we'll see. If it's not, fuck it, man. That would make for some cool streams. And I'll stream till God knows when making music. Acid is still... Acid is now owned by Magix. They're still... I have Acid Pro 10. I just got an update for it. I'm probably going to maybe work on some music tomorrow. But, yeah, man. I just don't understand why they don't... Like, Magix, if you're watching this, bring it to... Especially now with all the M1 shit. Like, dude, Acid... If Acid on an iPad... That sounds weird. Like, I'm not talking about the drug. I'm talking about the audio production software. Holy fuck, son! Like, sign me up. That would be amazing. And I could sit there cutting samples with the pen. Come on. Magix. Dude, I know FL Studio, I have that here too. Oh, no, the FL Studios, dude, people are going platinum with FL Studio. No hate on that. I want to learn that. Missed my super chat, but anyway, I still think making music with analog technology takes a new set of skills. I also make music, but it's hard style. Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, you know what I would love? Yeah, man, absolutely. Let's pick a day. I'm streaming right now. I'm thinking either Thursday or Friday, but yes, we can hang out. I'm multitasking right now. But you know what I would love to get growing up? Sorry I missed your other super chat. I would love to get like one of those reel-to-reels. So I would produce my song digitally, but then I would take the master wave file, dump it onto a tape to get that analog sound, and then dump it back so then you have that like fat analog tape sound. So get like a reel-to-reel. That would be awesome. You know what else is awesome? I have to piss. I'm going to go do that. Do you want to come stare at me again? Okay. Whatever. Oh. Where is the chair? I fucking ate it. Why do you come? I need more seltzer. Why do you come? Okay. Have I ever played Contra? I used to play that with my uncle, man. I used to play that with my uncle all the time, dude. We used to put in the Konami code. The guy just recently passed away, sadly, who made the Konami code, didn't he? Up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A, B, A, star, I believe it is. Or am I adding something or missing something? Duh. And you used to have to punch it in really fast before the two dudes with packs would come on the screen. Dun, 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 dun. That's another weird moment where an NES game was actually, the port of it was actually superior to the arcade. Like, I've played the arcade Contra. I like the NES one better. A lot of people say that, too, so it's not me. I have nipples and an ass. It's true. They just had an article up about Trump. Why did they use a picture from him from like 1986? Like, you could tell it was like a mid-90s picture, actually. When you get a chance tomorrow, Rich, just scan through the article and spread awareness how UAE deals with sexual. And I mean, employee could literally walk up to police station and make a complaint. Well, that's not good either. Without evidence, I don't know. I got to be careful what I say too, because there's so much nuance and context. And sorry, Rich, I disagree with your ad take. You mentioning a topic makes people want to know why Blizzard leader failed. You don't have to say content you brought, but the news does that all the time, where they'll blur out something or cut out swear words because advertisers don't want them. What's the difference? That's like if there's a after school special talking about peer pressure to have for a boyfriend is trying to peer pressure his girlfriend to have sex, so then the person goes and looks up butt sex because of that. Should that show not have advertisements? Because someone may look up porn later? That doesn't really make sense, does it? It's kind of like if there's a family show that talks about like drug issues and it's and there's ads on them slathered all over them. That shit happens all the time. And it's like, oh yeah, my son watched your show and now he smokes crack. Why was there a Pepsi ad? No, that makes zero sense, dude. If your logic, then nothing should have monetization then. Nothing. Because someone may indirectly look up something else that may indirectly lead them to butt sex. It's not my fault it led you to butt sex. That's silly. That makes no sense at all. So something's not said, but because someone could go on their own time and look it up, that there shouldn't be a sponsorship on there, then everything shouldn't have ads on it then, because something may lead to something else that offends somebody that could hurt the brand. That's stupid. Sorry. All roads lead, yes, instead of to Rome. Well, actually, there was a lot of butt sex in Rome, too, so there you go. Pompeii. Pompeii, they found like carvings on the wall and paintings on the wall. It was like they would literally see people having intercourse in the paintings, and they would have like little beds that were meant for if you wanted like a 15-minute quickie. They were hookers, yeah. So Yeah. All roads lead to Rome, which indirectly leads to butt sex. You're welcome, Pages. You are welcome, sir. Watching Rick's makes me want to have butt sacks. You want to have sacks on your butt? Like sacks of something, or like you want a saxophone on your butt? We could go many places with this. You know. But yeah, in Pompeii, there was like a really big prostitution scene out there. But before that, there was the volcano and the whole town was decimated. They found like brothels and everything. So yeah, there was plenty of butt sex in Rome. Plenty of holes being explored in Rome. Or Pompeii, I meant to say. You know, days are still wild, man. Go to look at Kensington Avenue in Pennsylvania. It's an open air heroin market. You literally have people walking around like fucking zombies there. Human beings we're just as fucked now, just with more technology, just to make us more terrible. Like when they had slaves or prisoners in the Colosseums in Rome back in the day. Those were prisoners. Those were people being forced to fight to the death. And that used to be like a family event. Hey, honey, let's go bring the kids to watch some man stab the other man in the throat. That sounds like family fun. Literally, like, we're terrible. We're horrible. We like watching we like watching people suffer. We like watching people's lives get destroyed. Now it's just we're more passive and just like cancel people on the internet. We're not, having people fight to the death in coliseums. We've evolved, even though I'm sure indirectly. And so we know we fight wars for freedom when it's really about oil and how many people are slaughtered that way. But we do have iPhones, though. We've come a long way. Well, slaves are prisoners. And they would have them fight to the death, man. Pretty fucked up. But what's crazy is that on the flip side, in a positive note, like the Roman Empire was so advanced. They had like forms of plumbing that actually worked pretty well. So their cities were more hygienic because there literally wasn't shit laying around in the streets. I mean, they kind of, improvised and washed their clothes in urine. But yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. Some of the advancements they had. They found like Roman time versions or early biblical time versions. I guess not biblical, but what I'm trying to say. Like fast food restaurants, people, I'll take the mixed snail. Like they said, they found like where they would get like escargot back then and eat the escargot, and they would get it to go. My job, a grocery store, forced everyone to get tested today, which I'm okay with. But boy, did the trumpets get up, and of course they did. Many saying they'll strike. Well, of course, life expected. They didn't have any of the medical technology. They had like bloodletting and cutting off arms. That was like the extent of their medicine. And they thought like bad smells were what got people sick with like viruses and bacteria. Well, bacteria kind of could be true because, if it's coming from black mold or something, you're going to maybe smell a smell. But you don't smell a fucking virus. Oh, I'm going to put flowers. They used to have the plague doctors going to a different time. This is during the Black Death, I believe. But plague doctors, they had those beaks. They were notorious for the beaks. The beaks actually had flowers and different things because they thought if they warded off the smell and they just smelled nice things, like my ass smells wonderful. If they just smelled nice things, they wouldn't get sick. But what's funny is, and they had like these coats that like covered from head to toe, and they like sealed in wax, and all that shit really did nothing. And all like the plague doctor, they didn't have any technology or medical practice or medical expertise back then to cure. They would just spread the fucking plague around. The fleas that were infected with the plague would like go onto their fucking jacket. They would go to the next town, treat people, but the treatment really just ended up fucking killing them too. At its height, Rome had over 1 million people living in the city. When the Byzantines took Rome back in the 6th century, it was 30,000. Jesus Christ. God, 1 million. Dude, but even with like they had fairly, like they said, Rome had plumbing, you know? I mean, obviously not like I could go get a hot glass of water or hot water from my sink, but they had plumbing. That had to still be gross, though. Even with like the advancements in hygiene and stuff they had for a fairly ancient time, there's no way 1 million people living in the city could have been that clean. Will you name one of your upcoming streams the Harry Taco stream on behalf of my dog Harry Taco? I can't, dude, because that actually stands for vagina. Yeah, they had lead and K-Lead Gamer, good point. They had lead and mercury medicines. Like, I think, what was it? What was the STD that they used to try to treat with mercury? And it just made people die an awful, painful death from mercury poisoning. What was it? Syphilis, I believe. I think it was syphilis. Imagine going to your doctor now and hey, doc, I have warts on my cock. I know that's not what syphilis causes, but I'm just saying, hey, or anything. Hey, doc, I have, my nipple's been chafing me, and I'm not sure why. Here, just take this mercury. I'm going to shove this mercury right into your nipple, and everything will be fine. Okay. But, you know, but that's the thing. When everyone gets all fucking anti-science, how we got the science we got now is from trial and error. It sucks that a lot of people had to die from mercury poisoning for us to learn how to advance in science, or some people had to get appendages amputated and just chug some fucking alcohol to numb the pain. But that's where we learned, and mistakes will still be made. And I'm sure when we're all dead and gone, they'll look back at our medicine and be like, God, how primitive that was. Like, they didn't know how to fucking cure cancer. I think there is a cure for cancer out there if you want me to get conspiratorial, but you get my point. Like, oh man, people die to that? That's like something you just like pop a pill for now and your cancer is gone, you know? As a cancer biologist, the growth of biological knowledge during the last 100 years is massive. The fact people won't get vaccinated is, of course, it's more political. Of course, it's political. And now you got these people, they're showing them sick on not ventilators, but they're on oxygen, because if you're on a ventilator, you can't talk, obviously. Being like, yeah, I would get the vaccine now. But now, and I'm thinking to myself, like, this, as much as I'm angry at these people for being fucking idiots, it's like, dude, you may not get that chance now, bro. You're on oxygen. You're not doing good. I hope you do, and I hope you get it I hope you live, and I hope you get it when you're allowed to, because I know you have to wait, like, I think 30 or 60 days after you have COVID to get the vaccine. Not sure. But now you may not even get that chance. And it's so, they piss me off, but it's kind of sad when they're like, oh, doc, now that they're about to intubate them. They're not on the ventilator yet, but it's getting that bad. And the people are like, all right, I'll take the vaccine now. I'll take it now. I don't want to die. And then the doctor's like, a vaccine's not a cure for COVID. A vaccine bolsters your immune system. So if you are infected with COVID, it'll kill it off. Or even if you do get sick, it'll mitigate your systems and mean you won't die. It's preventative. It's not a cure for after you have it. It's over, man. I'm sorry, or hopefully you survive being intubated, but I'm sorry. That's not how the COVID vaccine works. And what frustrates me the most, yes, I heard, Beal. I heard. I'm probably going to have him on the show to talk about it. Yeah, and these people just, they were probably expert. That's what I was going to say. They were probably experts before. thinking, oh yeah, I've looked in all these forums. Fuck the vaccine. It'll end up like, and then all of us, and they think they're experts, but then they're asking the doctor to give them the vaccine to cure them of COVID. That's not how it works, Chief. That obviously means you're not an expert. Maybe you should have listened to people that are experts in the field instead of thinking everything. I'm not saying that there isn't conspiracies, but instead of thinking everything is a conspiracy, it's almost 100% that this could have been prevented, that your life may be on the line now, or you may unfortunately lose it. So yeah, I don't understand. It's because it was turned political. It must be a human nature thing, though, because I also heard that the 1918 flu pandemic, like, wasn't there like anti-mask groups back then? You know, why are we moving on, Adrian? We talk about a whole bunch of shit in this stream. One from Bulk talking about noise canceling Bluetooth headphones from Sony, to listening to my dude's music, to talking about, I don't even remember what else. Talking about my small penis, and now we're talking about vaccines. That's a normal Review Tech USA stream. I think it would summarize it perfectly. Because people bring it up, and it's what people want to talk about, Quaid. Or not Quaid, who said that? He has a point. Gulch, this is what people want to talk about, and people want to talk about Wings. Wings is brought up all the time. DSP is brought up all the time. We talk about it. You know what I'm saying? We go wherever the people want to go in the stream. People brought something up. You're welcome if it's not a topic you're interested in, and come back when there is a different topic up. You know? Come back. If you don't want to hear about it anymore. Let me ask, though, just out of curiosity, what is your stance on COVID and vaccines and masks? I'm not asking rhetorically. I'm genuinely curious. Who's saying just shut up, do as you're told, and never question the experts? Who's saying that either? Who's saying that? You're saying that. So you're sure right now, like, so you're just saying that everyone who doesn't have a mask on is positive that they don't have this is a stupid argument. Now this I'm going to stop, because it's the same stupid 30 IQ point shit that I just don't feel like going into again. And I'm not going to, if you think you're smarter than a doctor, that obviously proves you're a fucking moron. And I just don't feel like fighting with you, because you're too stupid to prove a point to anyway. Right? Like, I could tell you 2 + 2 = 4. Go to a mathematician, tell you 2 + 2 = 4. You still want to believe it's 5. I don't know what to tell you. You're fucking stupid. I'm not going to sit here and try to debate with you that 2 + 2 = 4. Right? So, yeah, everyone's a medical expert now. But I don't feel like that. I don't feel like I'm not going to bring up the like it's stupid. No, I'm going to call him stupid, AP. I know you don't agree with my stuff either, and that's fine. But I'm gonna, if people want to say one, I'm just going to say, yeah, you're dumb. If you're bringing up these stupid fucking conspiracies about this, and again, I'm not saying every conspiracy isn't. There's no conspiracies that exist. That's not true either. But the reason we're all doing this right here is because of technology, medicine, and science. I'm not going into all of it again. All of a sudden, everyone now is a climate change denier, a science denier, a medicine denier. Go live in a fucking cave and go make your own home remedies then. Go when you get sick, chew on a fucking plant and see what happens. Get rid of all the advancements we've had from the trial and error, which creates the science, and just go with spears and just go kill yourself some deer. And when you're sick, just hope you don't die. And you live to the ripe old age of maybe 30. Let's go back to those days, man. If that's what you want, if you don't want to listen to anything, or you don't want to trust science, or no, trust is a strong word. Let's say believe science, because I don't trust all science either. Let's just go back to those days then. Let's just go back to those. I'm not telling you to just blindly believe in shit, but everyone's here, everyone's an expert because they sit there on devices that we've made from learning from technology. They sit there living longer and allowing us to have this more free time because of advancements in science, medicine, and technology. Now all of a sudden everyone's against it. So go find a cave, sharpen up that spear, make your fires, and good luck. Godspeed. You'll sure as fuck need it. Now, excuse me as I go get the vaccine and be able to walk around, at least for now, without a mask on because I did my part. Fun fact, this isn't the first pandemic that's ever happened. That's a point I know I've brought up a billion times. You got shut down for saying the vaccine primes the immune system. Who shut you down? I have a feeling I know who it is, and I may have to demod that person. Anyway, you have to wonder at this point, it's just trendy to be a Yes, there's people don't like being told anything. Adults are just children that have gone through puberty. Okay? They just don't like being told what to do. They think that anything being told what to do is totalitarian, and they lose their minds and cry. Just like people lost their minds and cry when there was laws that required people to wear, it's my life, why should I wear a seatbelt? And then they try to, it's my life, why should I get a vaccine? It's not the same. If anything, I don't really think it matters. Like, look, if you want to be an idiot and drive without a seatbelt, I guess there's a way, if God forbid, if you get into a head-on collision, maybe you could be a flying projectile because you didn't have a seatbelt on, but 99.9999% of times, it's just going to affect you. You want to risk your life because a seatbelt just makes you feel too uncomfy? Then go ahead. But with this, it's not just you. You infect other people. You not wanting to wear a mask isn't about just you. You could infect other people. But why am I saying I'm just going to get a fucking recording and just say the same thing over and over again and just play it. It'll save me the words. I could just take a nap, still stream, and I'll just have the recording play it, right? I know it was only a tech demo and Gears isn't the IP it once was, but did you see Coalition's tech demo of the Unreal Engine 5 tape? No, I have not, and I want to see that. I want to see someone actually developed that game. It was just a proof of concept, but that game, it was like one word. It was like a first-person shooter. It was a survival horror, and it was a guy who worked in the film industry, and it wasn't an actual gameplay, but it was a proof of concept, and I'm like, that looks like some next-gen shit. I want that. You know, where it's just the God. Yeah. You know what God did? He created doctors and scientists that protect people from the COVID. From COVID. Don't tell, but no. To them, it's like, I'll not everyone. I'm not talking to everyone who's anti-vax is all religious loon. I'm not saying that either, but it's like, I don't need to take the vaccine. I'll just pray to Jesus and he'll protect me from the germs. DBZ King is saying it nicely. If you don't want to get a vaccine, do me a favor, eat a dick that's just been inside someone's rear hole. That's one I haven't thought of before. That's creative. That is creative. We're going to get a double for that. Continuing my nursing education in August, we're required to have vaccines. No one bats an eye. Dude, because you know it's. But you know what's funny though is I have some people that I know that are in the medical field, and they say that there's nurses that are like COVID-19 they're intubating people. The people are some are dying. They're seeing the sickness and they're like, yeah, this is like 5G. When you're at that point, like I've literally seen interviews of people on TV that are on oxygen because of COVID. Like, yeah, I'm still not getting the vaccine. This is not real. You're in the fucking hospital and you can't breathe. You're sick. You have a fever. What do you do with them? That's what the thing. I'm wasting my breath right now because if you're that gone, what am I going to say to make you think, maybe I should look into it more? Fine. I'm not saying, Rich, I'm just going to blindly believe you. Don't. Do your own research. I guarantee you the research that you'll come to if you actually do it and not just watch YouTube and TikTok videos from doctors that are either they're like basically right-wingers that have what are those clinics where you could just go and get emergency care, whatever. Or looking at conspiracy theory videos from fake fucking scientists that you'll actually find, if you do some digging, that COVID's real. I've explained why I know firsthand. And that, yeah, the vaccine isn't just something magically made up overnight. And yes, I know what Dr. Fauci fucked up and said at the beginning, but masks actually do work. And they've actually shown video evidence of like under special lighting to show you what the masks do. So fine, don't trust me. I understand. I don't just trust one voice either. I don't even trust the fucking 6 articles if I read them. I look deeper sometimes. If someone is anti-vax, put your money where your mouth is and don't go to the hospital when you get sick. Don't want my rates increasing, dude. That's a good roast. That's a ooh. You get some parts for that one. That's what I was saying. Like when I said to that guy who's like, dude, go get COVID then. You're saying it's not a big deal. Everyone's like, you're wishing death on him. I'm like, wait, hold on, whoa. So the same people, like I thought you're saying COVID wasn't a big deal. How is it not a big deal? And I'm wishing, I didn't wish, how is saying catch COVID wishing death? It's almost like you're projecting a little bit. I thought you said COVID was no big deal. It's a government conspiracy and it's just like getting a cold. I'm just saying, hey, you're saying you got your vitamin C and your big cock and zinc. You'll be okay, right? Nothing to worry about. COVID's not a big deal, so go catch it. Oh, but it's true. Either people are just really into the conspiracy theory shit and truly believe it, or I think what people do too is they're in denial about it because it scares them. And they're like, nah, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. And they're like rocking in the corner in the middle of their room. But they actually know it is a big deal, but they're scared and want to deny it's a big deal. I remember doing that a couple times with some stuff when I was younger. Denial is a powerful drug, man. Should my girlfriend give me a back scratch or nah? With sandpaper, yes. I'm scheduled to get my shot. Doctor ran out. Really? Your doctor? Where are you from? Are you from the States? Dude, we have like stockpiles of the shit here. They're like begging people to take it. They went from people begging to find shots to now they're begging people like, look, man, we'll give you we'll give you lottery tickets. We'll give you free weed. We'll give you whatever vacations to try to get people to fucking take the vaccine. Well, that's a medical mistake. That's a malpractice suit, Joshua Hill. Oof. Jesus Christ. That's a malpractice suit right there. Holy shit. My aunt wanted to waited too long to get the vaccine. She didn't believe in it and she regrets it. She has breathing and heart problems now. She gets winded easily. From COVID-19? Sucks, man. And you know what happened too? Again, a friend of mine who works in the medical field. Perfect health. She was she runs like, I believe triathlons is the word. She'll run like the 10-mile thing and shit like that. She got it. She still has like chest pains and heart issues to this day. But according to Alan Roberts from Everyday Fitness, it just affects fat people. Alan, she has a story that she has some bad news for you. Oh, that annoys me that a guy with a platform as big as his is going around saying shit like that. Especially because people go to channels like that because they're out of shape and they're looking for guidance. And here you have a guy saying, you lose weight, you'll be fine against COVID. All right, I'll just lose weight then. I won't get the Anyway, I don't think the vaccine or mask are totality, but my issue is with the lockdowns. The government took away people's ability to make money and effectively corralled everyone into their local Walmarts at the same time of day. I hear what you're saying on that. I'm trying to find a way, like, I mostly agree with you, but when... Let me just take a sip first so I could get my... In the beginning, especially, too, when we didn't know enough about the virus, and it was spreading like crazy, which it still is now. If you're working in a cubicle somewhere, will I feel genuinely bad for you if you can't make a living from home? Which usually if you work a cubicle job, you can. But... yeah, but if it kept people alive because that happened, because we slowed down the curve, or we, whatever the hell the saying is called, then I understand why it happened. You know, as a person who had the luxury to work from home, like I knew people that were truck drivers, and look, you know, they still had to go to work, and I respect that work too, because it's truck drivers who are part of the reason why the economy as a whole, it's not just the truck driver, but they're shipping goods. They may be shipping PS5 so you could buy one. They're shipping groceries so you could eat. They may be shipping other tech or other necessities, or they're shipping medical equipment. You know, those guys are necessary. But, you know, if people could work from home and stop people from getting sick, that's different. You know, and then there were jobs that were just flat out fucking terrible, Griffin, where the people could have worked from home, but the leadership was dicks and didn't care. And then you hear the horror stories, and I've known some people personally who've been in situations where the job lied about someone being sick. I remember a friend of mine was pissed. Obviously, I'm not going to name names for privacy reasons. He was pissed that, no, it's not intro guy. Before everyone goes, intro guy, right? No. Like, someone was sick and they did nothing. Nothing. They just tried to sweep it under the rug and hope no one else got sick. So, it's tough, Griffin. I get what you're saying, but it's a tough fucking call. It's a tough fucking call. Tell them Trump will be president again if they take the vaccine. Oh, God. They'll be fucking... they'll have like 30 needles sticking at... I took 30 vaccines. Like, you shouldn't have done that, sir. You've now endangered your life. But Trump will be president again. You still shouldn't have put 30 different... Rich, I know people who actually have done crack cocaine and ketamine, but is scared to get a Yeah, dude, I know people like that too. I actually put up and pissed off a lot of people on my personal Facebook. I lost some friends because of the meme. I swear to God, like real life people that I knew. It's kind of sad. They're like, I don't know what I'm put. There's this woman. She's like, I don't know. I don't put things in my body that I don't know what's in them. And then she's like blowing a line of coke on the other one under it. I'm like, I know people like that. I'm in the shower. Wash the holes properly, sir. Clash for City Rocker. It's my goddamn given right to potentially infect you, hurt your family. My rights and freedom will not be violated. No, the science. I Googled to watch someone else's YouTube video, Trump 2020. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I had COVID, and for me, it was nothing more than a bad headache, hence why I decided not to take the vaccine, but I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I have a friend, Dan, who was like that, too. And it's not like, I mean, he's not in terrible shape, but he's not in, he has a little bit of a beer gut. He's not in like great shape. He's not, everyone's different, man. Just like, there's some people who I know are in top physical condition and got the second dose of the vaccine and knocked them on their ass for a day. My dad and my mom is in very good shape. My dad has, like I said, type 2 diabetes, but they both didn't get it. Or everyone's body's different. Mainly talking about small business and retail store. Oh, yeah, they got fucked. And there's nothing, like, if you own a restaurant, what are you going to do? But instead of people being able to shop at different stores, everyone was forced to go to the same store at the same time of day, concentrating. Where was that? That didn't happen by me. A lot of places like Walmart and shit just went curbside. Then they stopped outdoor dining for a while. See, that sucked for those, and I agree with you on those restaurants, man. Like, there's some you can't, like, you would see, just do curbside. It's like, yeah, that's not going to make, because not everyone's going to do curbside. That's kind of like the equivalent of me shutting off super chats. Yeah, it'll still shut off a huge revenue. And there's a lot of people that a lot of restaurants, even like corporate restaurants by me that you think could weather the storm more, they're gone. They are gone, like, as in no more. How do you survive that? The anti-vaxxers are too far gone when even Trump not only brags about the vaccine's effectiveness, but also brags about tremendous Like, yeah, dude. The orange man is telling you to get it and bragging about how fast he helped get the vaccine out. Like, do you need anything? I thought, like, but he put out, like, he used to make fun of Biden for wearing the mask, and then he did the whole thing of where you could see he could barely breathe and he had COVID and he was standing up on the White House. Oh God. Oh, it was like a bad episode of the whole fucking 4 years is like a bad episode of Days of Our Lives. My dad at 56 believes in science, but has a phobia of vaccines. Why? Out of curiosity, after months, I finally convinced him to get it. Got his first dose today. I'm proud of him. Well, that's good. You changed his fucking mind. Dude, I've been getting the vaccine. I've been getting the flu vaccine since like 2001. I don't think I've ever gotten the flu since. I mean, I've gotten sick with stuff, but never gotten the flu since. And I remember in 2000, I got a brutal case of the flu. Dude, I think it was that gave me sleep paralysis. I remember I was getting over the flu. I was still a little sick, and I woke up, man, and it was freaky. Like, I could look around and shit, but I could not move any of my appendages. Then I guess the adrenaline starts pumping because it's like, fuck, am I dead or am I paralyzed? And all of a sudden, like, then you can move everything. That's a sleep paralysis. That was the only time I've ever gotten that, I think. No. Full on gotten it, I should say. I got it one other time slightly, and I just woke up. But that was some scary shit. For anyone who suffers from, like, sleep paralysis on a regular basis, I feel for you. At a fast food job I used to work at, knowingly let people come to work with COVID and handle the food. That happened on my friend's job. It doesn't surprise me. And they, like, totally tried to hide that he had COVID. And just pretended like nothing, and didn't sanitize anything, didn't give a shit. Dude, people are horrible and only care about themselves and only care about making money. We're all, even me with this shit, dude. We're all cogs. Oh wow, Richard Review Tick USA dropped dead of COVID. That's so sad. All right, we'll find another creator to take his place. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's a cog in a fucking wheel, man. Crazy how fast Republicans became pro-vax when COVID started killing their voting base. And yeah, because the most vulnerable population is very, very conservative. The older population. Yep. Just finished watching the HBO series Chernobyl. Oh, Chernobyl was human error, corruption. And yeah, it blew up. It fucking blew up. It wasn't just like a meltdown. That shit exploded, man. And that is going to be a wasteland. It's kind of funny to see what happened. That shows like when humanity just collapses, which one day it will. Unfortunately, I don't wish it, but it's just kind of inevitable. You just see the wildlife taking over. The forest is coming back. The animals just go as they please. The earth will always win. It'll wipe us the fuck off of it. It'll warm us off to the planet because we're polluting the fucking planet. Then we'll be gone and other animals will take over. Earth doesn't give a fuck about us, man. We made all this. We made all these artificial things like wealth and money and all that because to try to make a society. It ain't real. Money means nothing. You know. What would happen if all the financial systems around the world collapsed? Okay, you have $30 billion. You have $30 billion in the bank. What are you going to do? Eat the money? If your money is worth nothing anywhere in the world, what happens? Game over, son. That's it. Game over. We make it because we are inherently selfish, and we had to figure out a way to make people do shit for other people and still benefit the person who did something. You know what I mean? Take away people's paychecks and watch how much shit doesn't get done ever again. You know what I mean? That is the truest statement ever. And you just said everything for me, School of the Cat Lady, in a sentence. Money is a shared delusion. It's a shared delusion of greed and power. Every human being wants it, mostly. You know? Yeah, and dude, they don't, like, there's so many jobs. They don't, I think that's really the crazy thing, Griffin, is that if people were more responsible, I don't know if you're still here. If you got bored and left already, I don't blame you. Then I would be 210% on your side. But the problem is that there's irresponsible assholes. Like, God damn it. Like, okay, if you're sick, stay home. Or if you're a manager at a restaurant and you knew you had an employee sick, you tell the other employees, you tell them to get a COVID test, you shut down the restaurant for a day and if they did what they were supposed to fucking do and didn't need Big Daddy government to step in because people are self-absorbed, selfish fucking morons, then there would have been a lot less suffering financially with stuff. But that's the thing. People just wear a mask. You're taking away my freedom. Could you get the vaccine? It'll help mitigate the spread. You're taking away my freedom. Okay, fine. You don't want to get the vaccine. Good. Can you just like you could be anti-vax and everything all you want to. Can you just wear a mask coming into our grocery store? No. And I'll fight you and scream. That's why we can't have nice things, because people are fucking terrible. Important to know, and as I always bring this point up, the Tuskegee experiment was about withholding treatment to study the spread of disease. But it's still a horrible thing that we did, that the government tried to sweep under the rug, and it did cause a bunch of mistrust. Yes, I'm pretty sure, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, they were telling them they were giving them cures, and they weren't. And what they were doing was they wanted to see the disease's progression so they could study it while they were telling the people, we're helping you, and they weren't. It's pretty horrible. I think I'm right about that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that I remember that correctly. Foxhound, I have had sleep paralysis. Being aware of your surroundings and able to move is truly awful. You also know how long you're going to stay that way. And yes, it is like I said, I only truly had it one time majorly. And yeah, it was fucking scary shit. Imagine having, God forbid, ALS and living that every day. You slowly turn into that, I should say. Yeah, I don't know what happened with that Harvey Weinstein. I'm going to talk to Wings. I'm going to DM him and see if he wants to come on the show and talk about it. That sucks. You know, you know what sucks with ALS is we probably could have made more progress on it, but because it's such a rare illness that's hereditary, they're not putting enough R&D into it, not putting the money into it. There ain't the profit there, then it's like, all right, let people slowly die a slow, frightening death where they lose all control of their bodies but are fully aware that they're losing control of their bodies. That and what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. I mentioned I'm buying a house, right? So that's on my mind too. But I'm going to have Wings on. Wings is a good man. He's a handsome man. And I want him to talk about what happened, man. It's not fair. I like Wings. I do think, flaws aside, I believe SpongeBob's creator did die of ALS. Trolling and stuff aside, he seems, I've talked to him. He seems like a real good guy, even outside of the stream. He seems like a cool dude. He seems like he's become more self-aware. I don't want to see his livelihood be ruined. You could disagree with Wings. You know, you could say he's a lolcow. I know he's said and done stupid things. So fucking I. But he's not a bad dude. And he doesn't deserve to have his livelihood just taken away and not given an answer for it. I hate that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. I am tired today. It's been a crazy day. Regular chat, super chat. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you for a new membership tonight. And yes, I will be back tomorrow with videos. And now I am going to stare at my own ass in the mirror and yodel. Enjoy the visual.